Let's take a walk through the orchard and see what's growing. Passion fruit. We have a few different types of passion fruit. These I need to water and tamp down. Here's another type of passion fruit. We just passed the lasagna. It's going to be a potato lasagna stand. The other day I harvested a yellow June plum and it was delicious, and I left a couple bunches still on the tree. See? The chickens are doing an amazing job tilling the soil. I've cut a lot of cassava back. You can see I'm slowly eating away at my mulch pile there. Speaking of the chickens, you won't see any today. They are in the backyard. We have some new ones who need to learn how to use the coop and the roost and all of that. So until they are ready, they will stay in the backyard. Doesn't look like these bananas are going to do very well. However, those are. It's a huge banana flower. It's over a foot long. Every time I'm back here, I like to look for alligators. Not so much in the orchard. Natural watering hole, it's a chicken's favorite. But more so out here. It's marshy, it's full sun. I know we have a 4 to 6 footer in the lake. Some little bananas over here. Just across the lake, there's another pond. And someone saw a 10-foot alligator, which is really quite big. And a couple of other big ones, and they had a trapper out. But the trapper didn't catch them. So, they're still there, and they could easily be in the lake or in the backyard. So it's a good reminder just to be mindful of our area. Little apple tree. I've cut back a ton this year. Cassava, Mexican sunflower. I took out a couple of mulberry trees. There's one of them. I still have more to do. Strawberry tree is finally growing well, so that's a good happy spot for it. Our mango trees are popping. I think they had a false winter, and they said, "Ooh, yay, it's spring. We can grow." And so they're on the growing path. Back in here, we have some more bananas. Big trees are doing well. You can see what's growing here. Off in the distance, you can hear the sandhill cranes. Another pomegranate I chopped way back. We'll see how it does. I'm going to tell you a story about this area here. It stretches, let's see, from about here, this whole area, over to here. It's incredibly rich soil. This is a hard story for me to tell, so bear with me. The Jabos are doing well over there. So it's a hard story for me to tell. But everything's growing so well here because it's really rich soil. And one thing that makes it so rich is that it had dead animals in there to go back and feed the ground. So last year, our neighbor's dog had jumped into our backyard. It jumped over the fence. The whole thing is either fenced with this fence or the pretty black fence you can see across the way. And it attacked and killed 9 of our chickens. Some of our absolute favorites, little Priscilla, little Bantam with these really pretty little curly feathers. Some of our Polish. It was horrible. 9 of them. They didn't stand a chance. And we couldn't be mad at the dog because it didn't know better. It was an untrained dog. And it was just doing what dogs do. Although the neighbors were like very apologetic, and it wasn't actually their dog, it was their grown kid's dog who no longer lives with them. So they took it back to their kid's house. And we're like, all right, you know, they did the right thing. They got rid of the dog. Let's move forward. So we tried, and we did actually. Wow. Interrupting the story, that's a nice big June plum. It's a really good size. When they're yellow, they'll be ready. So we tried to move on, you know, be very neighborly, and then they invited the dog back over to come stay with them for an undetermined amount of time. And they said, we don't know. It could be a couple days, it might be a week. They were kind enough to tell us the dog was coming. However, also, lock up your chickens, protect your chickens. Well, we wanted everybody to be able to live in peace like they do at our house. Our dog gets along just fine with our chickens and actually is protective of our chickens. So we locked up the chickens, but it was a lot of stress, and it was summer, and it was hot, and it's not a time that I would normally have them. I mean, the run is big enough. It goes, here's the scale 1 to 1. So the run ends right about where I'm standing, and it stretches the entire length of the house over to there, okay? But it was not a lot of shade in here, and it's stressful with roosters running around in here trying to be acting like teenage boys. So anyhow, 2 of our chickens died, and I would not say it's an exact direct result of the dog. One of them got egg bound, but that can be caused by stress. There's some nice star fruit up there. Egg bound can also not be caused by stress, and one of them was just sick, and we found her dead the next day. So we were really upset by it. I was really upset by it. The kids were upset, and we asked them, you know, when is this dog leaving? We need to let the chickens out. And they were like, oh, I don't know. So anyhow, here's our curry tree. It started as tall as these low ones down here, and now it's all the way up to here. Pretty cool. Anyhow, the neighbors didn't give us much to work with there, I guess. And they wouldn't tell us when the dog was leaving, so we just had to wait and wait. So finally we started letting the chickens out, and of course the first day we let them out, we went to a birthday party, and we were gone. We were about 45 minutes, an hour away from the house. And they texted and said, hey, just to let you know, the dog got out. And we checked, and fortunately it went toward the street, not toward our house. But it was like the first day that we're home, or that they're out again, the dog gets out. So naturally we were not happy about this, but there also wasn't really much that we could do, right? It's not our dog. So anyhow, all those chickens that passed away, what I do when a chicken passes is I bury it back in the orchard somewhere, and they're all buried in that patch over there. So we'll say a little prayer, and we'll put it in the ground, back to Mother Nature, back to the earth from which it came. And yeah. I had such guilt for not protecting my chickens, because when the attack happened, we were inside, we were home, and our dog was barking. But she does this. She barks at squirrels. She barks at kind of pretty much anyone who will listen. And so it wasn't new behavior. We figured there was a squirrel in the orchard, but she didn't let up. So when we went to go check, it was a dog, you know, and by then it was too late. So anyhow, that's why we have such very fertile soil over there. And Yeah. A very fertile soil. All right, let me show you something cool. Let's pick this up. These passion fruit are not ready, but they will be. And I know they'll ripen off the vine because one of them has already done it. So we're gonna take this one off. It's not ripe. This will turn a deep purple. Actually, I have one that I ate just a few minutes ago, so let me show you. This will turn this color, okay? When it's ripe, it'll turn this color. It'll have this really skinny skin and these bright orange seeds, and it's sweet. It's just sweet. The ones I'm about to show you turn yellow. They have also orange seeds, although not as orange. So these are deeper color, a deeper, richer orange. This is more marigold. And you can see the skin is quite a bit thicker. Oh, look at that. There's one behind it. We can grab two while we're here. So these guys, this isn't even the biggest, but check out the size comparison. You can see already. I'm gonna pop this one in my pocket and we'll do a nice size comparison. This one's quite a bit larger so you can see. Pretty cool, huh? Passion fruit is one of our favorite types of fruit out here. We absolutely love this as a treat, as a snack, as an anytime. Love passion fruit. So we're gonna do something pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool between this trellis and this trellis, both of which have passion fruit, both of which are already being overgrown. They have different types of passion fruit. Any guesses what we might do here? Let me know what you think. Any suggestions? I'm open to that as well. And yeah, so there we go. I have a few trees that need to be staked. I saw that as we were walking, so I'm gonna grab some stakes and put them upright, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.